All right, JB, in this video, we're going to compare you to Curt Schilling, and I'm going to begin this video by talking about why I chose Curt Schilling. And then after we do that, we're going to talk about some strengths that you have as a pitcher. And then in the video after this, we'll talk about some things that you can do to improve. So let's begin by looking at Curt Schilling and his arm angle here. All right, you can see this is where he releases the ball, and this green line is the arm angle that he has at his release point, and this is the ball coming out. Let's do the same thing here with your arm angle. Here's your arm angle, and here is your release point. And you'll notice that you and Curt Schilling have very similar arm angles, very similar release points. And as a pitching coach, one of the things I try to do whenever I use a professional comparison is I try to find a guy that has a similar arm angle, because we don't want to change arm angles on pitchers. Those are natural things where the ball comes out, the arm slot. We want to leave that the same and change the other things like the knee lift, or the momentum, or what we do with the glove. So those are the things that we make adjustments with, because those are the most natural things to adjust. So with that in mind, what I wanted to do is I wanted to play both of you guys at the same time so that you can watch what you're doing compared to Curt Schilling, and you can notice the similarities and the differences. All right, now that you've had a chance to watch that once or twice, let's go ahead and let's pull up a side view of both of you guys. All right, this is taken back on May 8th. This is you on the left-hand side, obviously, and we'll go ahead and get Curt Schilling up on the right-hand side. Pretty sure you're a Red Sox fan, so this will be a good comparison. All right, and what we want to do here is we're going to begin by looking at your strengths. So let's go ahead and get you to your knee lift. Right there. And let's get Curt Schilling to his knee lift. Right here. And there's a couple of things that I like that you do here. Number one, I like where your glove's at. It's in a good position for you to stay balanced and strong. You can see that Curt Schilling's glove position is exactly the same. The second thing I like is how you're leading here with your butt, your hip. That's a good position to be in when you lift your knee so that you can thrust with your hips. You can see the same thing here with Curt Schilling. So good positions there in terms of what you do with your knee lift. Let's look at the next strength that you have as a pitcher. We're going to go ahead and get you into your stride. And when you get that foot down, we're going to look at the strengths you have right there. So let's go ahead and get Curt Schilling into that same position. You can see here, both of you guys have your feet firmly planted in the ground, and you're in a position to throw the baseball. One thing that I like that you do here is I like how your elbows are equally lined up. You can see your throwing elbows here, and your glove side arm elbow is right here. This is great for balance purposes. Our arms weigh 7.5% of our body weight. And so if one arm is out of whack or not equally lined up in terms of the elbows, then 3.5% of your body is going to be off balance. And that throws you off kilter and puts stress on your arm and makes it difficult to throw with command and accuracy. So I like what you have going on there. The next thing you do a great job of, we're going to focus on with Curt Schilling first, and then we'll talk about how you do a good job with that. And that's keeping our glove fixed and firm out over our front knee as we get into release point. And you can see here with Curt Schilling at release, that glove stays nice and firm out over the front knee when he lets go of the baseball. And you do the exact same thing. You do a really good job. As you get into release point, you can see right there how that glove stays out over your front knee, nice and firm, into a good release point. And you can see here also that you get your weight shifted extremely well on your front side. See the same thing here with Curt Schilling. So there's a lot of things that you do as a pitcher that are extremely good. In the next video, we're going to talk about some places that you can get better so that you can throw free and easy, reduce the stress on your arm, and improve your velocity.